My name is Second Wind 814, and I just got through watching the trailer for the Nintendo Switch. Yes, the official name for the long mysterious Nintendo NX console. And I have to say, I'm impressed. Best, well done, Nintendo. Now I will say that I had been skeptical over the past few months. I kind of had a bit of a skeptical view ever since the a horrendous football controller, and all the rumors of base rumors. I just wanted Nintendo to say something about the NX, anything at all. And then when rumors came out that we were going to hear about it Friday, which is tomorrow, I kind of got excited. But then I kind of came to common sense and thought about, well, maybe not. But then they went and revealed it this morning, or at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, that is Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 a.m. Pacific. So, let's talk about the Switch. So, it's definitely a mobile hybrid console with detachable controllers, just like Eurogamer reported. And honestly, though, I like it. I was initially opposed to the idea of a tablet with detachable controllers, simply for the fact that I just didn't see a tablet with detachable controllers on the side working out. I will say I did like the idea of a hybrid console. However, I did not like the idea of a hybrid tablet console. Though, looking at the NX now, Switch, sorry. Looking at the Switch in the trailer, I have to say, I kind of like it. Now, I think that they did a good job in basically showing how you can use it. Now, obviously, what they didn't do, obviously, they want to impress people by showing how you can use it, what you can do with it, where you can take it, because it is a portable home console hybrid. But I do think that they probably should have, I don't know, maybe showed off a little bit more or gameplay rather than usage. Just to let everybody in on what kind of graphics, the power of this thing, because that's one of it's been one of Nintendo's setbacks, as we'll call it, for years now. However, maybe power doesn't matter so much in this case. It's obviously the big AAA developers. They want the powerful consoles. They want the teraflop hard drive used to power their games. But if the NX is able to match power with at least the PS4, it's probably got a chance. Now, that being said, there are definite issues that need to be addressed. Or I should say questions that need to be addressed in future or advertising or marketing. And let's talk about some of those. The first main part is transition. In the trailer, we see a flawless transition from home console and TV to portable or tablet. You just see these people slipping the control parts of the controller on the side of the tablet, lift it out of the docking station, and off they go. I have some reservations about this. One of the things I have a problem with is that I just don't know if even with as advanced as technology is, I just don't know if it's possible to make a perfectly seamless transition. In the trailer, it's completely seamless. You just grab and go. And your game is instantly transferred to the tablet. Nah, however, if it's really that seamless, obviously that's going to be a hit. It's going to be a mega hit console. And these things are going to be flying off the shelves. Though I do have some doubts that that will be the case. And the reason being is that there's a docking station in Asia. Blah, blah. Sorry, I lose my thoughts here. The reason for that being is that I just don't see it being able to transfer or between a docking station, a big console docking station, and on the go flawlessly. I just don't see all of a sudden you just pull the tablet out and off you go. Now, now? I think that there could be some ways to handle this. My high preferred method is some sort of switch that basically when you're ready to take your tablet out of the docking station, you hit the switch to detach the console, and that's how you take it out, instead of just simply you plop it in and take it back out. Personally, I think that could be a little risky and possible, and that it could possibly create and that the connection could possibly be not always secure, or some of the now I know some people are going to argue that the docking station looks like it's going to hold it flawlessly, but still, the docking station just doesn't. I just don't see it being a flawless transition, and even if it is, I don't know. One of my main concerns is how long are the pins in? Because obviously there's going to be a pin. This down here. This is the Wii U controller. There. And this is its charging station. Now, obviously, the Switch's docking station is a lot bigger than this. But what I want to point out here is that on the bottom of the Wii U controller, we see a USB drive type deal. Well, I shouldn't say USB drive, but yeah, a USB plug-in, which is where it go, and that's how it connects to this charging station here. And as you can see, it's not exactly a flawless connection. Now, I know people will argue that it's not. It's just a charging station. It's not an actual docking station, and that's true. But I still have my reservations that it's going to be a completely flawless transition from home console to on the go. And that's number one. Number two is obviously mobile resolution. That's one of the biggest things. Excuse me. Now in the trailer, the resolution on the tablet looks pretty good. However, remember this is just an announced trailer. We still have not a long one, but we still have until March 2017 to see this thing, and we and hopefully Nintendo will do a lot more marketing before then. So, yeah, resolution there. If it's at least 1080 on a home console, that's going to be good. Now, one of the rumors is that it's going to be in 900p on the or 900 resolution on mobile, which is pretty good for mobile. Well, and I think it is acceptable. I just worry that Nintendo it won't be able to maintain that all the time. That's one of the I think is a main concern is it going to be able to maintain that level of graphics, which also will ask the question: is it going to be able to maintain performance in its performance when it's away from the docking station for long periods of time? Now, well, some people will say that that's just being kind of negative, but I think it's a concern, and I think it's something that people should be concerned about. Now, because Nintendo really needs to hit this one out of the park. Because if this one fails, if the Switch fails, well, Nintendo is going to be seriously up shit creek. And as bad as that sounds, it's true. The Wii U has only sold about 12 million units worldwide. Now, I think it's probably higher than that by now, but 12 million is not very much in today's day and age. So, hopefully, this one can knock it out of and one of the things it needs to do is be able to run at 900p at least 60 frames per second all the time while it's away from the docking station. And now we come to a very big concern for the portable aspect of it, and that is battery life. Oh boy. So those of you who have played a Wii U for long periods of time, with me it was Splatoon, you know that the Wii U controller's battery life is not so great, and Nintendo really needs to avoid that here, because if the NX can only if the portable aspect can only last for 4 hours, it might be a bit of a turn off to some people. I mean, I probably won't mind, but if you're a hardcore gamer who basically enjoys playing their games on the go or anywhere, might be a bit of a turn off because and that also raises the question: what power do the controllers run off of when they're not attached to anything? And what I'm talking about is those little mini controllers we saw. What battery power do they run off of? Do they have their own battery power? And if so, how long is their battery life? That's a big question. Because if they run off the tablet, the question becomes, how long does that make their tablet's battery life? Will that affect it? Will it shorten it? Will it stay the same? That's a big concern for a lot of people. Also, I think one thing that needs to be said, one more thing that needs to be said, is basically, how much is this thing going to cost? Now, one of the recent rumors said is $299 for the unit alone, $399 for a bundle. It's a little pricey, Because, I mean, this thing is supposedly using a custom NVIDIA Pro chip, but we really haven't seen that much from this console yet. All we've seen is uses for it. And if you're really going to charge that much, that's a pretty high price point. So Nintendo, you had better have something good to include for a bundle. And no, a bunch of games I don't think would count unless they're like absolute must-have games. Now, Zelda is probably one of them that a lot of people are gonna probably buy with the system, especially if it's a launch day title, which let's hope it is. But yeah, I think price is definitely going to be an issue. Ooh. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about some of the positives. Now, the positives are obviously are that it's a mobile handheld hybrid. No, I mean a home console portable hybrid, which is actually surprisingly awesome. I mean, in the DS line is basically either the line of products and software that's essentially keeping Nintendo afloat right now because of how bad the Wii U is doing. But now that it's a mobile, a home console, a portable hybrid, that opens the door for a range of possibilities. We already know that Pokemon is coming into the Switch, which I'm not a big fan of Pokemon. I played up to Gold, but let's face it, Pokemon is a mega franchise. It's been around for over 20 years. It's currently in its 7th generation. Excuse me. Train of thought is derailing. It's Pokemon. It's had so many different games besides just the core series, and the core series games have always been mega sellers. So Pokemon on NX is clearly going to sell pretty well. Well, the question is, what is it going to be? I will say that I did see a while ago, a few years ago, in fact, I came across a petition, nonchange.org, for basically a first-person Pokemon game, first-person 3D Pokemon game. And it was basically a core game, only you explored it or the world in first person. Now, I don't think that should happen. I think Pokemon should always stay third person. But hey, the open world Pokemon game on the NX, being able to play Pokemon on a big TV screen. Let's face it, fans of the series have been asking for that for years. And since Nintendo is now basically using portable with home console, it makes perfect sense to bring the series to a home console. So, and while we're on the subject of that, I think the portability aspect of this console is probably going to be one of its biggest strengths. Because as we saw in the trailer, the guy was basically taking this thing everywhere. He took it to the park with him. He took it on an airplane. Well, I shouldn't say the guy because he wasn't the only person featured in the trailer. But he took it to the park. He took it to an airplane. And then there were other people. The one girl on near the end of the trailer, where she took it to a rooftop party. We saw it being played in the back of a vehicle. We saw people getting together in an unofficial Splatoon tournament. In a tournament with a bunch of as the tablets there. We saw a bunch of people, bunch of esports gamers in a tournament coming and basically plopping their tablets into it, into the docking stations to play Splatoon in a tournament, which is clearly now obviously that opens up a range of possibilities. Because let's face it, Nintendo's portable consoles, like I said earlier, are what's basically keeping them afloat right now. And Nintendo with portable consoles have always been great. Hey, from the original Game Boy up until now with a new Nintendo 3DS. I think Nintendo has always known how to do portables right. Right. And so, yeah, I think this definitely opens up a range of possibilities. Being able to get together with your friends, and being able to, instead of having to go over to a friend's house and play their version of a game. A friend wants to come, invite you over and play a game. You basically take your your console, head over there, and then you basically set it up, and you're up, and the two of you have a tournament together. I mean, I think that's a great idea. Also, the ability to remove it and insert it into other docking stations, like we saw with the esports gamers. Now, that opens up a whole range of possibilities, especially for people who want to get an early look at something like at PAX, or trying to do a demo at E3. Imagine this. You're a gamer who goes to E3 now. Granted, this is probably going to be a really bad reputation because I'm not a big gamer and I don't go to gaming shows. But anyway, you're at PAX. You know what? Let's not say E3. Let's see. You're at PAX, and you brought your NX with you, the tablet at least. You go over to Nintendo's booth, and they've got a few empty docking stations there, and they're trying to, and they've got something that you can play in there. Well, instead of having to say play on their console and not be able to, and only be able to play it there, you can insert your NX there, and basically switch it into their docking station and play whatever demo they have on your NX. Personally, I think that would be a great idea. Yeah. Now, I probably won't use the portable aspect of it all that much, but hey, you never know. Trips to family when you need to get away, a long trip on mobile trips like a road trip, maybe taking a trip on a train or a long flight on a night like we saw in the trailer, or hell, maybe you're just going over to a friend's house for a large party and everybody's bringing theirs to to have a big tournament. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. Another thing I think we liked is the about 1 second of the cartridge. Which now originally I wasn't exactly on board with the idea of using cartridges, but over time I kind of thought about it and I was thinking, you know what? Why not? Nintendo started out using cartridges. It's only fair that with the system that they need to hit it out of the park with, that they go full circle. So hey, yeah. Besides, let's face it, cartridges are SD cards are a lot faster than CDs. And so, hey, why not do that? I mean, yeah. Now, I read people saying that this could be a download focused console with cartridges backup. I don't want that. I want the cartridges to be the main way you play this game. Honestly, I don't really think we're ready for the era of digital downloads only. I just don't. I don't think consoles are there yet. I think that should be reserved for the PC. Honestly, I think consoles have at least at least one more generation, one more full generation, if that ever happens. And to catch up to the point where they can be download only. I think and so I'm hoping that cartridges are the main way to store your games because let's face it, cartridges, SD cards can hold a lot. Now, let's say you have say 32 gigabyte hard drive, a 32 gigabyte a SD card with a game on it. But the game is only say maybe half of that. Now you're probably going to wonder, well, why the hell would they only fill up half of it? Well, maybe save games, patches, DLC. Maybe that can be dumped straight onto the cartridge instead of having to store it on the console. Or who knows? Maybe the one half of the app that can be for the original game, or maybe all of it would be the original game, and the DLC goes on the console. Well, better hope they have a big hard drive for that. So yeah, I think that I do like the idea of cartridges. We go full circle with Nintendo, and not to mention, cartridges are just really nostalgic and for me, I like nostalgia. So yeah, ah, and who knows? Maybe Nintendo will finally stop using the proprietary format. But I think we all know that's probably not going to happen. But there are other advantages like how we saw a Mario Kart being played in the back of the car. Clearly, the Nintendo is finally starting to focus big on multiplayer. The Wii U, who I think was clearly designed to be a single player, with multiplayer still focused online. Now we have. Okay, well, you know what? I take that back. I just never played any multiplayer games. I'm not a big multiplayer guy. But anyways, yes. So, yeah, Nintendo. Now you can literally, you slide your tablet into a holder, or like we saw in the video, in the trailer, and one controller off to a friend, and you're both playing Mario Kart on the go. Or like in the basketball game, you're playing the basketball there. So, well, yeah. Now, obviously, Nintendo is trying to embrace multiplayer in a major way. And clearly, they designed this title with esports in mind. And though to what degree, I think we still have yet to see. So, oh yeah, I definitely think it's a good console. Well, I think it's a good concept. I like the design of it. I like how it looks. I like how the tablet looks. I like how the docking station looks. I think Nintendo could potentially have a hit on their hands. And I think this could potentially be Nintendo's next Super Nintendo. And let's all hope that I'm right, because Nintendo needs it this time. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch. So, well, that about wraps up for this video. My name is Second1814. Thank you so much for watching. May the wind always be at your back. See you next time.